Do we have any bases we need to cover before we start?
Second.
Good.
Yeah, we're weak at second
good.
base.
Good.
No, I hate you all. I want bad things and only bad things in this world to happen to all of you.
All right, good.
And have a good show. Have a good show.
Oh, okay, that's a good way to start.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely nerve competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off, and set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. April Fools! Wait, shit.
We missed it.
No, we missed it.
I didn't.
Damn it.
I don't think I set that up with a joke. I'm joined this week by Bob Ball,
Welcome, everyone, to the Thunderdome.
Dave Hinkle,
Hello, hi, hello.
and Ryan Lewis.
My word is on fire.
April Fools!
It's
Wait,
not.
shit. I still can't do it right. It's the post-April Fool's Apocalypse edition. Basically, we all predicted that the world would end on April Fool's Day, and April Fools! It didn't. And what we do this week, like any other week, because it's really not that special, is we bring you guys 4 words, their definitions. We bring you knowledge. We bring you and comedy. 4 words enter. But in order to get started, we have to start with the first word. Bob, last week you won with cognomen.
Let
Congratulations.
us talk to the freshly crowned champion of the world, Bob.
Yeah, well, okay, April Fools. But you get first word this week. So, Bob, please tell me, what is your word this week?
I'm going for a two-peat. This week's winning word is veneration. Veneration.
Okay, so you replace the G with a V then.
I might have.
Okay, so Star Trek veneration is what you're saying.
Next veneration.
The
Yeah.
next veneration. Is it VENERATION?
Ooh, you give yourself a couple of points.
I'm giving myself more than a couple for that. I'm putting up with your bullshit already this week. Dave, what do you think veneration means?
So you know how like you have different words for like groups of things, like a murder of crows or a flock of seagulls. So I think veneration is basically the term for when you get 5 vans, like airbrushed vans, together in the same like kind of 1 block radius. You'd be like, oh man, that's a veneration traveling
I like
down
that
the
it's
street. Like,
airbrush, man.
Yeah,
only,
it's gotta be.
Only
I
need
mean,
apply, yeah.
Yeah, like a wood panel van airbrushed, like, you know, Thor on the side throwing down some lightning bolts, or
Nice.
like, you know,
Like a
Lady
nature
Esmeralda holding a crystal ball while like casting a spell or something. I don't know. Whatever you get airbrushed on vans.
Wizard.
That's a veneration.
Are they all like driving to Iowa for like the summer or something? Like do they all move together or something? How does a veneration of vans interact? That's what I want to know.
You never heard of Van Week? Like when you and your buddies get together in your van club and you drive cross country from
That's like
Atlantic
the
to
worst kind
Pacific?
of That's like the worst kind of Sturgis I've ever heard.
Yeah, where is that held? Like, it's got to be like, well, it's not like Sturgis is this freaking awesome place, or is it? I don't know. I've never been there.
I don't
Where
know,
would be
but
a really cool place to have a van? Like Cincinnati? Like
San Francisco? Like,
probably
right?
Idaho, right? I mean, Idaho. There's not really. You need to maybe transport a bunch of stuff like potatoes,
Like guns. Oh, not northern
guns.
Idaho. Okay.
Maybe.
Potato guns.
potato guns. I do like.
You've got this group of vans, this veneration, and they're traveling across country all summer long, taking potato guns to Styx concerts. Oh, mama, I'm in fear. Can you feel it? Can you feel Thor, the Wizard, Esmeralda, probably an airbrushed Pac-Man on the side of one, because that guy is a super dork. What's on the 5th one, Dave? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
a merman tackling an eagle to the ground.
And he's tapping out, too. That's what's so funny about it.
the eagle's tapping out, right?
And the eagle is Tom Hardy. It's Tom Hardy the eagle.
Tom Hardy the eagle.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I do really love the idea of basically a van gang instead of a biker gang. It's a gang of people that are in airbrushed vans.
Yeah.
And they're in a veneration of vans. I mean, what kind of fucking hard ass do you have to be with a leather jacket, or maybe not, maybe a denim jacket instead?
I'm just thinking pajama pants and like just whatever else you're wearing for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, you got Slim Jims, and you maybe have a map that's folded up all weird. Like, I don't really think we were supposed to take Route 66. I'm not sure.
I just like the idea of classic van cuisine. It's just like crushed Cheetos that are underneath of a dirty seat, and like I don't know, half drank container of milk. Like
you have
combos.
you have a very, very warm 20-ounce bottle of Diet Mountain Dew next to you. Right? It's got to be warm. It's got to be piss warm.
Whoa, Betty, don't drink that one. Don't drink that one. That one's a little too warm, if you know what I'm saying.
Remember?
Not diet.
The fresh ones are in the back.
Yeah, remember how I said we were driving through the night? Well, I said no stops. There were no stops.
And I meant
That Styx concert starts at 8 p.m. We got to get there pronto.
I think the only van you can really drive and have any kind of self-respect is if you went all out and just like recreated the van from Dumb and Dumber. Like you could drive that around all the time. The pooch, like, I mean, how awesome would it be to pull into a gas station, like lift the leg, put the hose in there, and like fill it up?
It would be
the
amazing.
funniest thing every time.
It'd be awesome.
Other than that, your veneration is lacking and should be dispersing.
Well, but I think that the veneration we're talking about has its own sort of. Every van has its own style and kind of uniqueness.
Well, I think style is you're using that term pretty loosely there, buddy. I don't
you know what though? If
you're
you're driving across the country to a Styx concert, how much style do you have anyways? Like, you're pushing that limit anyways. I don't know. It's
you
to
just
each
gotta
their
take
own.
it on the run. You have
to take it on the run. And I don't know. I mean, you picture a biker gang, and then you translate that to people in vans with lukewarm Diet Mountain Dew, and maybe some Cracker Jack or something like that. I mean, who even? I don't know.
Yeah, what a
lot of cassette tapes.
Right.
Well, I'm loving that definition, Dave. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Ryan, what do you think veneration means?
Well, it's the worship of deer meat. I mean, have you guys had venison? It's delicious. I mean, it's a little salty, but there's parts of the country where that's where it's not only what they live on with as far as they eat. It's what fuels their soul. It's what gives them purpose to their life. So, you kill a deer and you cook up that meat and you just you have a few moments of silence before you start chowing down on that.
Well, do you sacrifice the fatty parts of the venison?
No, I mean it's all you. If you're going to worship it, you got to respect it, and you got to really just take care of all of it. I mean, that's what if you're going to be a deer meat worshiper, like you got to basically respect it and take it to the extreme. I think. I don't know.
So is that like foot worship on the Googles? Like when I look that up and I see what people
Why
are doing.
Why are you looking that up? Why are you looking that up?
Because
Dave?
knowledge is power, man, and you need to know thine enemy so you can smite them.
Dear Google, how can I get into foot worship?
Foot worship 101.
Well, I mean, Dave, the first place to start is instead of pay less, you need to pay more if you really care.
Wow.
The thing about like foot worship that's so crazy though is like it just sounds so funny because it's not like there's like. I mean, is there like boob worship? I mean, maybe there is, but like I just think
I'd say everybody pretty much worships
that,
boobs.
You don't call it that. Like,
and I feel like you're using the term worship loosely. I mean, we're talking about using style loosely. Worship in this case is always very like I worship this delicious beer I'm drinking. No, I don't. I'm just drinking it. But with this venison that you're really with the veneration. Like how hardcore are we talking here, Ryan? Like
I mean, some of these guys like won't even eat it. Is how much they respect it, which actually to me is more of a disrespect if it's such a good piece of venison.
It just sounds like murder.
Well, yeah, but it's not like they worship deers. They don't give a fuck about deers. They just want that sweet deer meat that they can worship. So
they have to get the meat from inside out, and then they can directly worship like the thigh meat, the whatever, like away from the deer. Because I mean, wouldn't it just be better if you just like tranked it and then kind of pet it for like 20 minutes and then walked away?
I mean, if you're really hardcore, I mean, like you might just like keep the deer on a farm and just like basically just feed them like the best food possible to get like this nirvana.
You get the best out of it. That's right. Yeah, and then you have it sleeping. You have the venison sausages sleep in your bed while you sleep on the floor. right? Like you're really, you give it the best treatment possible. You take it to a spa. You take the deer to a spa too. We should really start a deer spa. Is what I'm kind of getting at.
Okay, like a bunch of deers just sitting in a sauna with like towels on and stuff.
Yeah, you put little cucumber slices on their antlers.
Yeah,
to really freshen them up.
Yeah, no, I mean I think I would be taking it to the extreme, but I like it.
Little hoof slippers.
Oh,
I'm loving it.
That would be nice. That would be real nice. And it would really tenderize that meat even more.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, for the ones that aren't ready for it, when you try to put those little slippers on their hooves, they're going to kick the crap out of your face. I've seen those videos. When the deer wakes up in your car, oh my God, it's going to be awesome.
I think you're thinking of
Tommy Boy. Yeah, I was like, those videos or the video.
Yep.
That was actually a movie.
Maybe.
Yep. Yeah.
That was a documentary, right?
Sure. It was. Moving on. I need to issue my guess for veneration. I really should do a better job when I decide to go last of actually taking some time to think about what. Because, I'm time to push everybody ahead of me.
Let's hear you work it out, though. I always feel like you're just like, I don't know what it means. And then you're like, all right, to me, this part of the word means this. And then you come up with these awesome definitions. So, all right, let's have a little Suzik workshop.
You're right. Okay.
School us.
We're going to try that. So, veneration. Obviously, what you need to do is take off that Asian. I mean, you're really that's just, we're gonna go suffixes and prefixes. I say it all the time. That leaves us with vener. Good Lord, I'm painting myself in a corner here.
No, it's actually Wiener, which is German for wiener, and you're welcome for that. And now go.
That's good, but no. And what basically it's actually jumbled up. It's supposed to be raven, and once you unjumble this mix, it's actually like veneration, but it's Raven Nation, which is basically the nation of people that worship Raven Simone.
Yeah, that's so Suzik right there.
So Raven, and. And maybe you involve Raven from WCW, I guess.
Yeah, get him in there. Get
you
him in
involve the Baltimore Ravens as well. And
while this alternate Edgar Allan Poe convention, probably.
Right, we'll also have Edgar Allan Poe. So really, it's an Edgar Allan Poe convention of people that is so Raven. And
that would be like the sweetest Edgar Allan Poe like seminar ever. If it's just called "That's So Raven" and like the keynote speaker is just Raven Simone reading the Raven.
But it's also
Ray Rice from the Baltimore Ravens.
But of course, the time
where can I put down my money for tickets on that now?
Yeah. By the time she reaches like the second or third paragraph or whatever it is, she does have her little like psychic flashback stuff that is very so Raven that she tends to do. So yeah, I mean, veneration really is all things Raven, and. I like to kind of crack this open. We can stick with the Raven Simone, but sometimes it's all about, beating up Perry Saturn as Raven from WCW. Sometimes it's all about Edgar Allan Poe and, whatever's underneath those boards with the telltale heart or whatever. Lord knows, I don't know, Nevermore. There's a lot of, possibilities here. Like the fact that, Steve Smith now plays for the Ravens, and that's weird. And Joe Flacco definitely makes too much money. So that's veneration. It's all things Raven, is my guess. Particularly Raven Simone.
I'm surprised you didn't go for the Eddie Venner avenue there, You could have did something with that, some kind of weird Pearl Jam thing.
You're right, but I don't know.
That's
a pretty terrible Eddie Vedder. Come on, man.
Even flow, thoughts arrive like butterflies. Yeah.
Not part of the Scorpions. Like what? I don't understand this.
I have a cold. Typically,
say my name.
That is a butterfly, sir. And normally I've got a good Eddie Vedder, but I have a cold today, so I am sorry.
That's understandable.
Bob, tell me what Raven Nation means.
Oh, veneration. Veneration is a noun.
Okay.
It is respect or awe inspired by the dignity, wisdom, dedication, or talent of a person.
Okay.
Veneration. So it's what everyone feels when they're around me.
No.
Or what I feel when I'm around Sean Connery.
Yeah.
That's what you should feel, boy.
It's like the feelings I get inside whenever I see a Pauly Shore movie on TV. Like, yeah, absolutely.
That guy gets me. Yeah.
He just Narfel de Garthok? Yeah, that was him.
What?
No, he wheezed the juice. He wheezed the juice. The cone said Narfel de
He wheezed
Garthok.
the juice. Oh, man, that's great. God, why didn't that stick, huh? Wheezing the juice, right? I mean, come on. That can mean so many things, and I don't think it means anything, but, whatever.
Well, I think people are too hasty nowadays to guzzle the juice, even slurp the juice, choke the juice down. It's like, no, dude, you got to wheeze it. You got to slowly wheeze it. Like,
I'll accept quaffing it, just saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That too.
That's where he blew it.
Yep. Got to take it back. We need to get another word up in here, up in this wheezy. Ryan, you were out last week. Let's get you up to the plate here. Since it's baseball season, I'm using it.
Right.
That's pretty much the only baseball analogy I have. So I'm pretty much hitting it out of the park. What's your word this week?
Hold on, let me adjust my cup. All right. Checking my stance. All right, wiping my shirt. Doing the base. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, my word this week is hamartithia.
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 Is that an actual TH at that, like, later on in the word?
Why can't you understand what I'm saying? Hamartithia.
Fuck. Because earlier you were trying to convince me you have a lisp, and now I think you're kind of going the full mile here.
Is it mile? Yeah, hamartithia.
Dave, can you spell this stupid word?
HEMMARGHATITHITITIA.
I'm like just lost track. Like,
was it right around
was
it around the third H or like the 14th T?
Where did I lose you? Yeah, like
Ryan, how do you spell this word?
Hamartithia. It's HAMARTITHIA.
Wow, you lost me on that third H.
Wow.
There's a lot of letters, all right?
Okay, say it again. HAMART.
Yep, and then you have ITHIA. So we'll break it up. Ham, right?
Ham.
Art. Okay, these are two things that are very important to me. It, sure. And then hia.
Okay.
Art, it, hia.
Hamartithia.
I got this. Hamartithia.
Yes.
You would think that it's a mythical place that is completely filled with polymorphic hammers, but it's not.
I would think that. You're right.
It's not. Although I think someone should really go down that road. Picture it. Across the street from you, like a ray of sunshine gleaming off your favorite fast food restaurant. It's like the heavens parted and the angels are singing from on high. You must cross the road. But how? How, you wonder? There's no crosswalk. There's no traffic signals here. It's like you're in the middle of a block of Las Vegas. There's 16 lanes of heavy traffic and seemingly no way for you to escape alive. Your breast is tightening, your talons are tensing, your wings are wrapped tightly around you, and then you realize you're a chicken? And then, and only then, it dawns on you, it was always to get to the other side.
What the fuck?
It was always to get to the other side.
Hamartithia.
Now, what in this like little story you're telling us here? So hamartithia is like the act of realizing you're a chicken and that you need to cross the road.
Yes.
It's chicken
Very
cognizance.
specific.
It's chicken self-awareness is basically what he's saying. It's like that moment when a chicken stops thinking like "bakok" and it starts thinking like, "Oh shit, what's on the other side of that road? Like, look at this life around me. I got like tumbleweed and like there's air. Wow, how do I know what air is? Like my chicken mind is just on now,
Dave,
you know?"
Dave, I'd like for you to put yourself in the feathers of a chicken, and just I'd like to get your thoughts on being a chicken real quick.
All right, I mean, like, this is kind of cool. Like, I'm real short. Everything is really tall.
No, God damn it, do the bakak thing.
We need you to start from the point where you go from chicken to self-aware.
Okay.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done. This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Oh shit, man! Why was I doing that? Oh man, I can totally talk now. Wait, how do I know what I'm saying? Why is everything so tall?
Are you guys
Ground is
eating my
dirty.
eggs? That's disgusting.
You guys eating my poop? My poop eggs? Why does that guy have a cowboy hat on? Why do I know what a cowboy hat is? OJ did it. He totally did it. Oh my God, he's a murderer. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what the chicken's been holding in this whole time. Like, listen, dude, if the glove fits, like, you know, like.
Yeah,
I think Kato Caitlin is a chicken. Or that one dude that was, I don't fucking
That would
know.
explain. Sure.
That's not relevant. But I do like that, Dave. I think you really captured being a chicken well.
Thank
I
you.
love that concept because of hamartithia, of the self-awareness of that moment that you realize you're a chicken. Because what is that like to be a chicken? You're just walking around, you know, kind of bobbing your head all weird. Someone picks you up and they move you around and your head stays still, and that's kind of cool. But I mean, like, that's the life of a chicken, and then suddenly, like, you just realize it. That has to be so shocking, right? That's got to be what it's like, right? You have to have some sort of crazy self-awareness. That's got to, maybe we're dipping into what reincarnation's like, where you're like, oh boy, I'm going to come back as a squirrel, and then you do, and you're like, oh, son of a bitch.
You bastard. Yeah.
I definitely am a squirrel. Well, that's cool.
Trying to get a nut. Move your butt.
So that's Bob's guess somehow of hamartithia.
No, that's what it is. That's not a guess.
Okay.
That is flat out what it is.
I'm sure you're right. Well, actually,
Prove me wrong.
No, because I think I'm very close on this one. Let me set the scene. There's not really a scene to set. I don't know why I said that. And that's not even a baseball reference, so I'm really way off on that. Let me take the mound. So a number of weeks back, I went with my fiance to this bar that is like this art bar where you paint and drink, and it's pretty awesome. And it's probably one of the most hipstery places I've ever been to. And all I was thinking is, like, I don't know if I could ever top this, you know? And now just seeing the word hamartithia makes me realize, yes, you can. Because hamartithia is actually an even more hipstery sort of adult bar kind of establishment where you drink and then you create art out of ham and pork-based products. So you create ham art, and you really just sort of, like, you know, take in all things ham, whether it's deli slices, you know, or
This sounds very
chops.
Midwest to me.
It is pretty much, but I mean, I think it's possible, right? I mean, think of some of the things you could do with the meat from a pig.
Like, besides eat it.
Besides eat it, there's got to be other shit, right?
Well,
that you
making
can make.
art, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're just making art, man.
what I like to think about it is, like, so glass blowing is this, like, super dangerous art, you know, you can, like, burn your arms off kind of a thing.
Right.
And then, like, hamartithia is more like, you know, you can just chomp away at parts. It's like sculpting in some ways, but then you're using your hands, so it's like clay sculpting and stuff. And then, you know, your hands smell like ham.
Right.
And
What you
stuff.
do is you get an enormous fucking, like, boar or hog or something, and then you take a chainsaw and then you sculpt it just like you would an ice sculpture. It's just it's like an ice sculpture, except it's all ham. It's all meat.
Jeez.
Well, you've got a dual thing going there. Not only can you have the sculpture half of this place, but you can have the restaurant half too. Because would I pay good American dollars to eat the nose and cheek of a sculpted Steve Jobs made out of ham? Yes, I would.
I'd pay Jeffrey bucks. I mean, totally.
I would pay to make out with it. I wouldn't eat it right away. I wouldn't go stampeding to eating Steve Jobs' ham lips. I would.
Well, listen, if you want to make out with it for a while, that's fine. I just want to eat the nose and cheek.
Okay, will you watch, though? Will you watch me do it?
As I'm chewing, sure.
Okay.
I can't decide who has to pay to watch. Like, I mean, I don't know, Dave, if you have to pay him or if Bob has to pay to see it. I can't. There has to be some money exchanged there for that.
Is there like a little fake mock turtleneck on there as like a garnish for little ham Steve Jobs? I mean, do they really present it that way? I mean,
where did the Steve Jobs come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it would be appropriate if you add a pig Steve Jobs kind of thing where you put an apple in its mouth. That works on so many different levels then, right?
Well, then he can't make out with Steve Jobs. There's an apple in the way. Don't worry, I'll cut that joke in post.
That means he'll keep it. Okay, well, sure. That's Hamartithia. Who has yet to... Oh, Dave, what do you think Hamartithia means?
So, you guys are all familiar with Bob Vila, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This old house?
Yeah, the guy likes to, wield his hammer and his saw, and he likes to build decks and whatnot. So after a long day...
That all sounds super sexy, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually where I'm getting. After a long day of hammer and nails and, sand and wood and laying pipe, Bob Vila likes to retire to his own grease-themed sex orgy metropolis that he likes to call Hamartithia. It's basically two giant pearly gates with like these two, little people who are like glued up on top of these poles that act like cherubs and like move the banner and let you in. And then it's just like raunchy, dirty sex. The only rule he has there, though, is that everyone, no matter what, both male and female, and everywhere in between, must always, at all times, have a flannel shirt on, and that's it, nothing else. It's not like an eyes wide shut, masks on kind of party. Everybody sees each other's face, but you have to have a flannel shirt on at all times, which is very weird because we all know guys look terrible with clothes on top and nothing on the bottom. It's a sad sight to see.
That's horrible. Yeah,
it's just a gross, weird sight, but
flannel and dongs. Yeah,
it's his house, his rules. So who am I to argue?
Hold on. I'd like to explore what Ryan just said. Ryan, did you just say flannel and dongs?
Yeah,
that sounds like some sort of men's clothing store or something.
It does, like totally like a high-end clothing store where you go in there and have a personal shopper.
Yep. Flannel and dongs. I like that. So, Dave, this is basically Bob Vila's secret sex metropolis, where everyone wears just flannel.
Yeah, it's nothing but stained wood, flannel T-shirts, a kind of a Greek theme, so a lot of laying down. Oh,
that wood's gonna get stained, that's for sure.
Well, he's got a thick varnish on there, so I don't think you have to worry about it. It's weatherproof too. So a lot of precipitation going on in Hamartithia. So yeah, everywhere needs a place to unwind. Everyone needs their man cave. Bob Vila just likes it in his man cave in Hamartithia. So.
Oh man, I smell sex and flannel.
Wow. I don't think I've ever pictured Bob Vila in that way. Preferably nor will I ever again. But there's so much good stuff going on there. I would visit there once. Just to see what it's all about, right?
Just to get my dick wet.
Well, that's your best flannel shirt.
I imagine, if you want to visit, it's like a gym thing, right? Like where you can come in, you can take a tour with somebody who will walk you around. It's like, you're both wearing flannel T-shirts and nothing else underneath. But you can't engage. You can't use the machines. You're not allowed on the elliptical because you haven't signed the insurance waiver form yet. But you can go and just kind of take a walk around and see the little grotto and the big I don't know, something. How do you make home improvement stuff into sexual euphemisms? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
I guess. I mean, patio furniture stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, that's tough.
It's all the good stuff instead of like behind velvet ropes. It's behind. They've got the stanchions on the ends, but they're all just roped off with like tool belts.
Yeah,
tool belts. A lot of sawhorses. Yeah.
I could see Bob Vila being the only one that walks around with the tool belt, right? Like he's definitely the king of the castle.
It's like a status symbol. Yeah, like but it's still no bottoms, just the tool belt with like the main tool.
Now, if this is sort of like a kingdom of sorts, are there other home improvement style people that are involved in some capacity as sort of his right hand man is like Tim Allen or something like that?
Well, Tim Allen, come on now. Like I'm thinking Homes on Homes. Like he goes in there and like if people are having trouble, with like getting their sex on and stuff, he's like, man, they're just not doing it. I got to go in there and make that right. I gotta go fix this. This guy is just not able to keep it going, and this chick's just not getting pleasured. So I gotta go make this right. You guys don't watch Homes on Home? Okay,
no,
just me.
No, but I mean, maybe we could get like Mike Rowe in there or something. I don't know.
Because some of these are going to be dirty jobs.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, most of them.
Thank you. Ryan, I'd love for you to give us the definition of hamartia.
Hamartithia.
Hamartithia, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, so hamartithia, it just really all it means is that you're likely to make a mistake.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of context for that. I'm on kind of a weird website. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, so likely to make a mistake. It's the hamartithia. Yes, that's all it means.
So
I like it.
Essentially, it's the word for the show. It's just a parade of mistakes.
Error prone. And the thing that's funny about this word, I mean, it's just like sounds very like Grecian or like, like it's like a Greek god or something like that. But really, all it means is just you're likely to make a mistake. So,
that was the third alternate title for this show was Hamartithia.
It was.
The second one being boner spiders.
Wow.
Nightmare boner spiders.
Wow. Brought the Priapism back. Is that like, what I'm having troubles with is if it's likely to make a mistake. How do you say hamartithia in a sentence that makes sense? Like, is it a noun, an adjective? Like, how does that work? I'm trying to wrap my head around this word still.
I'm Googling hamartithia in a sentence. Oh, it even has a little Google. It's like a smart thing.
Yeah.
All right. So here goes.
Stop. Hamartithia. Boo doo 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 doo. This
is my first.
Is that exactly what it says?
That had to have been it. Yeah.
Yep. Hamartithia.tumblr.com. Let's see what you have to say.
Oh boy.
Oop, a lot of mistakes on here.
Just a list of mistakes.
I need a sugar daddy. Are you rich? Yeah. I don't know what to tell you guys, other than I think I may have hamartithia'd by not.
I think you did. Well done, Ryan.
It's a word though. And it means what I say it means.
Hamartithia.
Hold on, the Grandiloquent Dictionary.
Now let's go into some deep cuts.
Being likely to make a mistake. Okay, so we're sure that's what it means. It's just never been used.
This word has never been used in a sentence.
Let's crack it open.
Yeah.
Let's pop the top off this word here.
Do we introduce? No. I don't like the use it in a sentence scenarios.
No, because we know it's like everyone was standing on edge because of the hamartithia of Dave saying a word incorrectly.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best ways to use it, because you know what's going to happen, right? You know that Dave is not going to be able to say it correctly. You know that his fucking sloppy mouth isn't going to, pronounce some shit, even though, it has a T right there. Can't use the T.
Listen, Dave, I don't care what these racists are saying. I still like you.
Thank you.
Dave, he's a free thinker,
I'm
man.
sorry, I couldn't understand a thing you said there. What was that?
It said,
moving on. Let's get ourselves into scenario mode. Yeah, I mean, we've had a very nice journey already. We've had Bob Vila Sex Campus, and we've had Deer Spa. There's so much to go on here. Do you guys have any suggestions on a scenario that would suit our words to this point?
Nope.
Oh, god damn it.
All right, I have a scenario. Fine, I have a scenario.
Okay.
All right, Bob, you're a cop, and you pulled over Ryan for some such thing. You try to explain why you pulled him over, but Ryan keeps interrupting you with a thing called malapropisms, which are basically common idioms or phrases, but that are just like the wrong words. Like, for example, for all infant porpoises, when that's for all intents and purposes. So things of that nature. Go. Entertain me.
What seems to be the problem, officer?
Do you know why I pulled you over?
Nope. That's why I asked what seems to be the problem.
You must have some sort of idea. Were you trying to outrun the speed of light, boy?
Nope. Just driving my car here, man. I'm just a guy, you know. I mean, try walking an 8 mile in my shoes, you know. It's like,
hey, you will show me the proper veneration, boy. I deserve your respect. Now, do you understand that not only do you have taillights, the back bumper is just gone. I don't know what you did to it, and it looks like this creepy van is on its way to a Styx concert. What is that smell from inside this van?
Well, you know, it's just me driving. I might try to air it out sometimes. It's just how I go. I mean, the thing is, like, don't shoot the massager, you know? I'm just in here just doing a thing, just doing my life, you know? Just driving. Just leave me alone. Let me be, you know? It doesn't smell.
Who's that guy in the passenger seat, and why don't you have pants on, sir? I mean, that is a sharp flannel shirt, but you really...
I think that's you, Dave.
Bob?
Hi.
Vila?
Hi, officer. I'm Bob Vila.
Well, I can tell by the tool belt, but you really should like carry a wrench or something too, because that wow.
Are you referring to my penis?
No, I'm not.
Because I mean, it's out. Like, you should be a little bit more freaked out right now. Because I mean, I am fully flapping in the wind here. This is a convertible too. Technically, this is indecent exposure. What kind of cop are you?
Where did you guys get a convertible van?
We built it. I'm Bob Vila. I want something. I built it. Tell him, Ryan. Tell him about how we built the van.
I think I'm stopping that here. I don't even.
I love every time that we like have like a name of somebody. It's like Dave has to like introduce himself as that. Like, hey, I'm NASCAR driver Steve McGueezy or whatever his name was. It's like, thanks, Dave. Thanks for making sure that we know who you are every time you talk.
I mean, like, we were set up for failure with that just because Ryan had to come up with all these malapropisms. And
no, I thought it was going good until you guys decided, like, hey, we should have Dave ruin the whole thing. I think right up until that point, it was going all right.
Well, then we could blame you for it. I mean,
sure.
Naturally, so. But I do have to say that bringing back something we haven't done in roughly 18 years on this show.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Is Bob? I think the way he handled that scenario means he's in the running to be the wordsmith of the week.
Oh,
because he actually said the words.
Yeah, he said the words. He brought everything. He was bringing everything full circle so many times that you were doing a 540, a prairie dog 540.
Oh,
let's move on.
See, that was like 2 backflips, and I stuck it.
Stuck it
right in your hammer tithia.
Let me move on. Let's see, Dave or I. I guess I'll go next. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
you're the host.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Dave.
Yeah, well, what you say goes. Who am I to argue with what the host says?
My word this week is vegetably.
No way. Vegetable, the adverb. That's great.
It is vegetably.
So is that just vegetable, but you take off the E and replace it with a Y?
That is correct. That is correct.
That is great.
It is vegetably.
Oh, man. You've outdone yourself, Suzik.
Ryan, what do you think vegetably means?
Well, so vegetably is basically, it's a brand new word, and I'm glad that you brought this to the show because, we're kind of a hip and modern podcast.
Yep.
Vegetably is an app that you can get on the App Store and on Google Play.
Ooh.
And basically what it does is basically you just tap a button and you get your vegetables for the day. So you're not going to go out and eat like a huge, spaghetti squash or a cucumber or anything like that. But you can virtually. You just tap it and you got your vegetables. You got your iron. You got your niacin. You're not actually digesting it, but you're feeling good because you're like, oh shit, that's a delicious looking asparagus. Mm-hmm. Click, and you've got your vegetables for the day. Vegetably. Download it on the App Store now.
I really, 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 really like this. Now, how does it deliver the vegetables to your body or the nutrients to your body? Is there like a little pinprick thing that shoots out of your iPhone that you just shove into your hand and it injects into your blood or what?
SMS. And all the applicable charges apply. Yeah, it just gets texted straight to your pancreas. I don't know if that actually is in the digestive system, but still,
sure.
That's where they're still working on the coding and stuff like that. You might get a little bit of a buildup of text messages inside of there, which can fuck with your hormones. But still, it's a work in progress. But you want to be healthy, so vegetably.
Standard data rates will apply.
I do love that idea of sending an SMS text message to your body, to your body.
Oh, honey, look, I got an emoji of some broccoli.
Yeah, right. No, I mean it's on.
Bob, what do you think vegetably means?
This is a medical term for being allergic to a very specific mixture of ingredients. The most common to be affected, the most common affectation is 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Although, for me, it's 2 all-beef patties, special Paul Lester cheese pick and bunions on a Sesame Street bus.
That's what you're allergic to?
It tends to send me into a Paula Abdullah phylactic shock.
Right.
And the doctor has told me that the best way to take care of this is 20 cc's of straight up followed with an opposites attract chaser.
Ooh.
Okay.
BT Dubs, you're welcome, 1988. You're relevant again. Bam.
Rush, hurry, love, come.
I don't know where that went.
That was all over the map, and I really liked it.
Welcome to Random Time, starring Bob Ball.
Bob, you're such a cold-hearted snake. That's good. I really am not totally sure what vegetably means still out of that. I think you're saying, though, that you're allergic to those ingredients, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got that with the Sesame Street bus thing. Okay. Dave, what do you think vegetably means?
So, you know how we have Paleolithic or like vegetarian or like vegan or like what are the people who only eat carbohydrates, Atkins or whatever, those people?
Paleolithic wasn't Paleolithic like an era?
No, but it's also like a dietary type
paleo
thing.
diet.
Yeah, like where you eat like scraps of
dinosaurs.
You
fossilized ferns.
Yeah, you gnaw on like mammoth tusks all day long, something like that. So
La Brea tar pits.
So vegetably is actually the it's one step beyond vegan. So essentially, what you eat are only discarded plant-based food scraps, self-found scavenged urban mustard greens or grass or a lot of air. You eat a lot of air all the time. You're constantly just going like you're filling up on air. So it's a very restrictive diet, but it's one that has the least chemical and carbon footprint on the environment. So really, like, if you care about the earth, then you're going to have a vegetably sustained diet. Yeah, that works.
Also, hobos.
Let's go with that one. Yeah, or you could always eat the nation's homeless population. I said time and time again we should burn them.
Do you like
for
eating
fuel.
lawns? Do you like diving in dumpsters? Are you a hobo? Then vegetably is the way for you, friends.
Well, they're vegetably by default. It's not like something they aspire to. It's like they would probably very much like to be on the Jack in the Box diet. They would like a cheap Jack. They would like several cheap Jacks.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, so these kind of scientists basically and these nutritionists have, like, we studied the homeless for years and none of them seemed to gain weight. It was amazing. They weren't the healthiest bunch, but that's why we threw in the vegetable scraps, because most of the time the scraps are made of cardboard boxes and used condoms. But, what we decided to do is said, hey, we switch those out with some vegetable scraps. You're eating the air, you're losing weight, and you're sustaining life for at least a few more days.
Fantastic.
I mean, the hobo lifestyle, think about it, right? Like hand-eye coordination. Tying a bindle is pretty tough. Like tying a bindle to a stick is pretty rough, man. Not to mention, like, the physical nature of just, like, fighting over scraps of meat at, like, dirty old underpasses, running to try and catch a train to hitch a ride in a boxcar. Like, it is a very active lifestyle. We should try and think about that,
Stealing pies off of windowsills.
Stealing cooling pies off of windowsills. Yeah, all that stuff, man. The hobo lifestyle is really, it's better than P90X. It's better than Insanity with Shanti. It's yeah. Hot dog, we got ourselves an apple. It's an apple pie.
Oh, man.
God bless America. And then think of it this way too, man. You get to know the hobo code, that awesome hobo code that they like write little symbols down. It's like, oh, this guy will give you work, but afterwards he'll beat you to a pulp, or like, that kind of stuff.
It'd be cool if that was part of the diet. Like when you go places, they'll like write little things and stuff. And instead of meeting like, hey, this guy will like, give you some work and give you some like a job or something like that, like it will be like, hey, you can find some delicious like asparagus scraps right behind this restaurant right here. And these people who are making tons of money, these kind of middle class people that are like, I know exactly what that means. Let's go get that spaghetti squash rind.
Yeah. It really makes me realize we need to pay closer attention to the homeless bouncers that we employ at coiffers, that we chain up, because really, well,
I thought they were barbacks. I thought they were like barbacks and bartenders.
Oh, well, we employ both in both spots. I know that we initially did bouncers, but we can unchain them, and man, they've got to be just living the life. Stealing the pies off the windowsills, and just the fitness involved in being homeless is just amazing. It's just incredible.
Those scamps.
I also would love to see the DVD set, the fitness DVD set that you pop in so you can do the
train jump.
Yeah, the vegetably /homeless fitness routine. Yeah, that would be also. Okay, now tie a bindle. Now tie a bindle. Now tie a bindle.
All right, now we're asking for change. All right, doing a silly dance. Okay, laying on the ground. Building a house out of a box. Oh, man.
I like it so much. Vegetably, good. I will give you guys the real definition of this fantastic word. It is in the manner of or like a vegetable. So
no way. Yep. You don't say.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Like, so wait, like, how do you do something like a vegetable?
I don't know.
Well, I imagine it's like, okay, so like let's cut to the hospital, like, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago. Nurses coming in to change shifts. It's like, oh, how's Terry doing today? Oh, she's all right. She's just being very vegetably in there. It's like, yeah, Miss Shivo never really does move or say anything.
There you go.
Like, that's the only situation you could ever use that word. It's like, who's being a vegetable ever?
But what if someone's being cool as a cucumber? They're being pretty vegetable, right?
And this is the reason, when I first introduced this word, the first thoughts that went through all three of your thick skulls was, of course, vegetably. Like, yeah, this is basically vegetable. He, picked the lamest word in the world. No, because this is one that we have to bring to the world and crack open in such a fantastic way. Vegetably should be used more, because there are so many things and people that maybe sometimes act like vegetables or behave like vegetables, and I think we need to bring attention to that, right? And also, we can maybe make things that that are sort of like vegetables, like maybe you had a nice nightstand that's made out of cucumbers. I don't know. That's a possibility, too.
I just like the mannerisms of a vegetable. Like, Dave, you're such a fucking artichoke.
You're being such an artichoke.
So vegetably.
It takes forever for me to get to your heart. You're just so guarded. Stop being an artichoke.
I got to peel off all these layers and dip them in butter and eat them.
Bob, you're very spicy. You're being very vegetably like a jalapeno. Those are vegetables, right? I think, right?
I don't think I know what a vegetable is. Yeah, it's got to be, right?
It's got to be, right?
It's a spice, but it's a vegetable.
Sure.
I'm the ghost pepperiest.
You probably are, yeah. But yeah, I
Lick me, find out.
Yeah. I do like the idea of I mean, Jesus, everything you guys brought, the app, the homeless fitness program, Sesame Street, and Paula Abdul. I mean, there's a lot with vegetably. They're all very vegetably, right? You guys are all on point.
Yeah.
Especially Paula Abdul.
Yeah. She's
Bob,
very
you're always taking 2 steps forward, and we're taking 2 steps back.
Right. You're dragging us 2 steps back. Let's move on. Dave, what's your word this week?
Okay, my word this week, and I just want to point out, it was given to me by a couple friends of mine. Very solid word, and I want to thank them very much. Dave
word sourcing.
Yes, word sourcing.
Can't do your own work, Dave.
So if you would like to have your word featured on Word Rango, you can just tweet at Dave Nickel, slip me $20. I'll also take Dairy Queen coupons. Any kind of payment gets your word on the show. But my word this week is hippophile. Hippophile.
Bob, can you spell that?
Hippophile.
Hippophile is pretty much just like it sounds. Hippophile. Hippophile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I love this. I guess
like the way you said that word.
I guess I'll go first. I'll take the more obvious one, right? I mean, hippophile is someone that that has an unnatural attraction to hippos, right? That has to be the actual correct definition.
Unless you're a hippo.
But unfortunately, that's not really what it is. What it really is that you have a hankering for, you're like a world-class master at hungry hippos. So that's
like a competitive hungry hippos player.
right. You just are, no one beats you. You somehow manage to get all of the little fucking rolling balls. Everybody gets pissed, and you know how to tap that hippo down. You pick the pink one, by the way. That's always the fastest one, and you just snag them like lightning quick. You are a hungry hippos master. You're a hippophile. That's my guess for hippophile. Bob, what do you think hippophile means?
So I picture your definition as this tight shot of this Australian guy with that sideways hat and a big thick mustache, and you see the safari in the background, and you think he's going to pull up a rifle, and then it zooms out, and he's actually in a children's play area, and they're all in front of hungry hippo. I'll get you all. You're all gonna die. Hippophile is the crushing weight of guilt derived from the overindulgence of Amazon.com purchases. It used to be crushing guilt from home shopping network purchases,
right.
But now since Al Gore has created the internet, Amazon affords us a quicker purchase, and we can get right on with our porn viewing.
And our guilt.
Technology is truly amazing.
I mean, real talk, I bought coffee on there today, and I definitely use Prime. That stuff's coming tomorrow. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Dirty hippophile.
But yeah, I mean, so you have that guilt, though. Does the guilt come from buying too much, spending too much? Does it come from what you purchase?
All three of those things, but it will get there for free in 2 days.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I feel like that all should have been funnier, and I'll just cut that out in post.
Wait, like this is like after the podcast like airs. Like I swear there were 4 people on that podcast.
Man, you fucking hippophile.
You leave it on post.
Ryan, what do you think hippophile means?
Well, I mean, much like you take the phile from the word, so obviously it's a lover of something, right?
Sure.
And so this word is actually spelled HIPAA, and a hippophile is just someone who's overzealous and really enthusiastic about keeping patient information confidential and secure. I mean, it's like a passion of theirs. It's like, people are watching like football and people are watching like Dancing with the Stars and shit like that. All this guy does, he sits and like looks at like freaking tries to like hack into databases and then just like calls people and say like, man, you did such a good job. I can't even decide. I can't tell what kind of medication this guy's taking. You're doing such a good job protecting that confidentiality. You fucking hippophile. It's great.
Does the hippophile also follow like a bunch of nurses to bars after they're done with their shifts? And
trying to get them to like divulge information.
Trying to get them to crack and then like sternly talk them down or something, or over here when they start talking about, the patient in room 34 or something, and just fucking like slam it down, like maybe shatter a bar glass and point it at their throat and say, "Don't you dare.
I will cut you if you tell me what kind of medication Bob Smith is taking." What? Glucosamine? That's right, bitch. You're going down.
Hippophile. Okay.
You got to keep it safe. Yeah.
You do. Well, you do. I mean, it's important, I guess, probably. That's all three. Dave, what does hippophile mean?
All right. Well, you were kind of on track with the hippo thing, but hippophile is actually one who loves horses.
What?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Because hippo is Greek for water horse.
Mm-hmm.
And hippopotamus. Oh.
And that's actually one of my nicknames is the water horse. Thank you, Bob Ball, for pointing that out. But no, yeah, I mean, think of it this way, right? Like, you know how when you were in high school, there was always like that one weird girl who always just had like sweaters with horses on them and stuff like that. Like she was just way into horses.
That was me.
Now you know. That was Mike Susan.
Michelle Susan.
Now you know. Now you know what that person is. They're a goddamn dirty hippophile. Like who's the lady who apparently back in the day like died from banging a horse? What the hell was her name?
Catherine the Great.
Yeah, there you go. Like she's a total hippophile. I mean, she's probably the first. She's
maybe too much.
The hippophile progenitor or whatever you would call it.
Progenitals.
Oh, there you go. Hi-yo. So yeah.
So it's someone who loves horses then? Is that what
just
is that what,
can't get enough of horses, man. They just like are stark, ravingly, madly in love with some equine beasts. They just love it, man.
Equine dining.
I just can't get with that. I can't get with that. Horses weird me out, man. I don't know what it is. Horses weird me out. I guess maybe I think it's that.
You know
long
that
face.
the one that talked wasn't really talking, right? Like that was just a show. That was like a gag.
Mr. Ed?
Yeah, I mean, are you afraid of that? Are you afraid of them talking and then standing on two legs and then operating guns?
Oh well, that
taking
would
over
take
the world.
That would take it to a whole new level. I just think that horses themselves, just in their natural style, they give you these looks, and I don't know how anybody looks at them and thinks, "Oh, they're such gentle, nice beasts." Like, no, they're not.
They're plotting.
They're always plotting, right?
Yeah.
They're plotting and clopping. Their little.
This
hooves.
is an unblinking killing machine.
Yeah, they are. Horses need to be stopped. I really think.
Well,
it's a shame that everybody found out about that stuff going on in Europe because they were eating them and they didn't even know it. They were slowly carving down the horse population.
Yeah, and it is too bad. I think we needed to keep the horse meat in everything.
So do your part. Go to your local 7-Eleven, eat a taquito. There's probably high odds that there are horse inside of those things.
Right.
Do your part. Get rid of horses. Let's get rid of all of them.
The future of the planet depends on it.
Let's just go back to riding mules. It's way better, guys. Way more efficient.
They're so docile, yeah.
Let's get to scenario number 2. I think we need to do something along these lines. Bob, you set a pie out on the windowsill, and Ryan and Dave are two homeless guys that are plotting to steal the pie and are also vegetably taking in the air and whatnot. And I guess while we're at it, they're also hippophiles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hippophilic homeless dudes. Go ahead.
Oh, there, Jasper. You see that pie in that windowsill over there?
Pumpkin pie.
I can smell it. It's
blackberry
rhubarb.
pie. Lettuce pie.
My hungry hobo tummy could use a
asparagus
slice of that pie.
I love pie. Now, wait. I know I put my pie cutter around here somewhere. Where is that thing?
Oh, there he goes. Let's slip in and grab it just like a cucumber.
All right.
Hey, you guys outside my window, I can totally hear you talking. What are you doing?
Nothing. We're just sitting here cool as summer squashes. That's a thing, right?
I don't think so, Jasper.
Are you two hobos?
No. We're just really, basically we spend all of our money going to these horse expos. That's why we can't afford nice clothes.
I see that How to Steal a Pie hobo DVD poking out of your bindle right now. I can see it with my eyes.
Well, sir,
I don't even own a DVD player.
Don't call myself a hobo so much as I call myself a king of the boxcars. Rode them from west of Mississippi on down to New Orleans way, and I just
San Antonio.
if you would let me bend your ear, I'd spin you a yarn for a slice of that there pie.
Listen, Willie, I will cut you. Stay away from this pie. Well, I will cut you as soon as I find my pie cutter. You just go breathe in your air and stay away from my pie.
But it sure is a big pie. I can't imagine you're going to eat it all by yourself. I've gone from like 3 regional dialects. But so you mustn't be sharing that pie, sir.
I'm channeling Grapes of Wrath.
They're only getting worse.
Here. Keep going through those dialects. I'm sure you'll get to one that's less racist. Keep going.
I like a pie very much. Please, a pie. Slice of pie, sir.
I like it. You went to Italian immigrant. Keep going.
Cops are coming for me.
Give me one more. Give me Greek immigrant from Hamartithia.
I'm a Greek. I like to bang in the butt. Let me get a slice of the pie. What? You didn't know that? Dude, the Greeks invented sodomy, man. Like, they totally invented that
and they're
stuff.
right next to Italy, where that accent came from.
What's that?
So it's all Mediterranean.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I'm a Greek. Bada boop.
Let's be honest, though. Has anybody ever met a Greek in their entire life? Like, have you ever met a Greek person?
Several.
I have, yeah.
Several. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah. Sure.
John Stamos.
George Stephanopoulos.
I've met George
Stamos. Patrick Papadopoulos.
I
have Oikos.
Uncle Joey.
Balki Bartakamus does not count because he's from Meatbos. So is that skit done? Or are we like
Zeus?
Done? Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I think that we took the pie. We're out of here, dude.
Yeah. While you were doing the accents, Ryan slipped away with the pie.
Oh, damn it.
That's basically what happened.
Damn, my love of theatrics cost me some of that sweet, sweet pie.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
He spun us a yarn.
And that's it. We have 4 words. Thank you all for... Oh, wait, no! April Fools! We have to do votes now. Wow, good stuff with lots of great words. But before we even do words, votes, April Fools, we have to do escalator pitches.
I was like, why do you keep saying that? What are we doing? I don't understand.
Bob, please give me your escalator pitch for veneration.
I deserve the respect and awe inspired just by my presence.
Okay.
Veneration.
Ryan, please give us your escalator pitch for Hamartithia.
I mean, it's not every day that you come across a word that no one ever uses, but should. And I think that we're actually making a mistake by not using that in our everyday lives because actually I'm just going to get off right here at the Brass Plum and check out a pair of cargo pants. I'll be right back.
All right.
Good work. Let's talk about veneration again. I think, now that I've had time to think about it, 5 vans that are all painted like that, that's hella cool. Veneration.
Say hella?
I did. I'll do it again.
Bob, I don't think I've ever heard you say hella.
I know.
I mean, like, we've done this show for 13 years, and you just expanded your vocabulary. It's good.
Well, I learned it from that Sanrio store, Hello Kitty.
Nailed it.
It's right next to the buckle.
My my escalator pitch. Vegetably. I mean, come on. It's the best. It's the fucking best. Vegetable itself is great to say. They're good for you. What happens when you take off that E and you add the Y? It applies to everything. Literally everything. When you're just laying around, you're lazy, you're acting all vegetably. When you decide, you know what, today I want to wear orange, you look like a carrot, you're acting all vegetably. I mean, vegetably is just a word that, like Ryan said with his, we need to use this more, and it won't make sense, and that's even better. It just sounds great. It's fun to say. I gotta say, vegetably, man. It's awesome. Vegetably 2015. Dave, hippophile.
All right, hippophile. Do you want to, like, get one over on your friend? Do you want to look smart in front of a girl and or a guy? Then just basically be like, hey, what do you think hippophile means? And like 3 people that are very dumb that I podcast with every week, they'll just be like, oh, it's like somebody who loves hippos, obviously. And then you go, no, you're wrong. No, it means you love horses. Hippophile.
And they never called back for a second date. See, anger issues, knows way too much about
ChristianMingle.com. Yeah, you really should be doing that at like horsebackmingle.com or something. I mean, I think that's where
I go on to farmerdates.com. That's my big deal. I like a woman who can haul around a sack of bale. A bale of sack of hay.
A sack of bale.
Yeah, that too. That stuff.
A bale of sacks.
A sack of Christian bale. Like just
Yes.
A whole bunch of Christian bale. Okay.
Want to know where Falcone is? Just
Great.
All day.
Well, that's good. Great show. Bob, if everybody wants to get in touch with us, how do they? Oh, April Fools!
Oh my
we
God.
need to do.
This is the worst shtick ever.
We need to do votes. Bob.
It's true. Yeah.
Bob, you have to pick your top 2 choices between Hamartithia, Vegetably, and Hippophile.
Where's Falcone? Between all those things, I really want to vote for my own word. Because my word is obviously the best.
It's okay.
I would love to vote for Dave's word. Not because Dave's word is any good at all.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently he will never date anyone ever again. But I wanted to vote because he actually came up with a better definition than the one that actually my word is. Those 5 vans driving around, just searching for a Styx concert. Love it. So I'll give Dave number 2.
Oh, thanks.
Number 1.
Him in general?
Yeah. I
his word.
Not Dave's word. Just Dave. So don't give Dave's word.
He's really
points,
the number
Dave.
2 of people. He's just the big old steaming number 2 of a person.
Dave is a giant number 2. My number 1 pick this week is going to be veneration.
God damn you. God damn you. Bob, you have to pick your number 1 word. Has to be between Hamartithia and Vegetably.
Or Dave.
Fine. Hamartithia.
Hamartithia.
Yes.
Ryan, you have to pick between Veneration, Vegetably, and Hippophile.
Oh, man. To me, in my mind, it's not even close because I'm thinking of all the ideas and shit I'm going to be calling people and stuff. Like, man, you're being such a dick, like an eggplant. Stop being so vegetably. Number 1 word.
Thank you, yes.
Really?
It really
Eggplants,
is.
they're the dicks of vegetables. Like, I mean, just sitting there like, oh, I want to throw you in a Parmesan or something.
Throw you in a Parmesan.
What else do you do with an eggplant? Come on. Let's see. So, and then number 2.
You will show me veneration.
And I will. But I will add the caveat that really, Dave, your definition took that word and drove it down to Taos, New Mexico, which is the Sturgis Southwest, basically, but it's just for vans and the Styx Festival.
Taos. We haven't been to Taos in a while. All right, I'm up next. I have to pick between Veneration, Hamartithia, and Hippophile, and I am going to say that my number 1 choice is... Ooh, man, this is tough. I guess I really do think that this is going to give the edge to Dave as far as wordsmith goes because his his guess for veneration was just so good.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law.
What have you invoked?
I don't know, but I do think that is so Raven. So veneration gets my number 1 choice, and my number 2, I have to say, is I gotta go with hippophile.
Nice.
It's just, I really like all these words, and I do think hamartithia is a great word. I think we had a lot of cool stuff with that. We probably had more stuff to say with that, but it's just one of those words that, even though...
Fucking weird.
Even though it's just so weird, and
like I'll say it.
I mean, it's just one of those ones though that I don't. Even though it has a very familiar definition, prone to make mistakes, I don't know that I'm ever going to actually use it. And I was the one out of all of us clearly that had the most troubles being able to use it in a sentence. So it just doesn't work for me as much. So I have to.
So it's not the word; it's you.
It's not.
It's not you.
No,
it's the word.
No, it's
not me. It's the word.
No, it's Dave. And speaking of Dave, you have to pick between veneration, hamartithia, and vegetably.
Well, I'm gonna have to go hamartithia for number 1 because it's the most exotic and interesting.
Dropping the hammer.
Of the 3 words there. I actually knew what veneration was. It's kind of commonly used word. Vegetably is just, I think, really just terrible, Mike, and you should just feel bad about yourself.
Really? It's pretty fucking great.
I gotta go with veneration for number 2.
All right, well, that means that this week we have a tie between Bob and Ryan for veneration and hamartithia. Congratulations, both of you. Vegetably is a great word, and you should all use it. And Dave is wrong and dumb. And Bob, if everybody wants to get in touch with us to tell us how wrong and dumb and how much of a sexy horse Dave is, how do they do that?
The show your mother warned you about is available for your email pleasure at wordrango@gmail.com. We're also on the Twitters. At Word Rango, we'd like to thank Herr Copland, Cheswick, that Sports Gamer, James Taylor _87, the Optimism Club, also Obo Crazy, who would like to thank the crew at Word Rango for spelling the words they bring. If I'm going to sound smart, I need to be able to spell crapulous correctly.
That is true.
And also Andy Dicktel, I want the Bob Ball VO Butterfly to yell, "Do you Twitter?" every time I open the Twitter app. And let me tell you, Twitter, I'm available. So am I! You can also get us on Facebook.com. Jenny on Facebook said, "Mike Suzek, I wasn't sure about you at first, but now you're growing on me like a cancer."
I think that's a thank you, I think. Thank you, maybe.
Interrobang?
Interrobang?
We're also on Stitcher, iTunes. Tell your friends.
Tell your enemies. Tell people. Just shout it randomly in the streets. It's kind of like what is that thing that you used to do that was like chainmail letters? It's like if you don't spread this chainmail letter to 10 people, then you're going to have a great curse fall upon your house. If you don't scream word Rango 20 times during the day out in public, then bad things are going to happen to you and your family.
If you don't
send this curse people,
if you don't send this podcast to 4 people in the next 20 minutes, I will personally come over there and slap the living shit out of you.
Just smack you to death. You know how long it takes to smack to death? Like 28 hours. But I'll do it.
Smacking. Oh, jeez. What would you die of? Just basically like boredom?
No, you'd have to smack them in the temple continuously over and over and over again.
It caused brain trauma. Yeah. That's literally what
the only way.
And
you better watch your step, mister. Your temple is going to be so pink. Oh, it's going to be awful.
And knowing me, all I'm thinking right now is oh God, I hope we're not offending someone that died of getting smacked to death. Or someone that had a family member or whatever that.
28 hours of smacking.
Little Jimmy was turned into a vegetable.
And while you're on iTunes, leave us a review, 5 stars as the rating, and put some text in there. It helps us, it helps you, it helps us. It really just helps us, but it makes you feel good about your life, and that matters too. Thank you all for listening. We're going to come back next week with 4 more words, all vegetably like. I hope you all are like red peppers this week, because those are delicious.
We killed it. We killed it, guys.
We killed it, guys.
Come all back next week. It's been Word Rango.
Word Rango.
And see.